So I've got a couple of quick fire Femvogue questions for you if you're happy to ask that we have all of our guests answer. So tell me how you live in rhythm.
One of the most important things for me is staying balanced with my food and then focusing on which phase of my cycle I'm in and adding a few little extra bits depending on where I am. So, for example, when I'm menstrual, I want lots of really rich iron foods. And when I'm ovulating, I want loads of antioxidants and wonderful things like that.
Wow, that's really powerful. I bet that's been a game changer as well. What do you do on your cheat days, or do you have cheat days? What do you do?
Yeah, I don't love referring to them as cheat days. Essentially, I always say to people, there's food for the body and there's food for the soul, and it's okay to have a little bit of everything. And I treat that with lots of things as well. So, for example, if we're having a completely zone out, mindless Netflix day, that's okay. That might be for the soul and not for the body.
I love that reframe. Thank you. What do you do on those days, maybe if you're experiencing PMS, where everybody and everything is annoying you? And how do you come back to balance?
So I got some really incredible advice from someone I have a lot of respect for, actually, Cam at Blossom Osteopathy. And when I try now and send love to those people. So if I'm feeling really irritable and my fuse is really short, I need love for myself. But more importantly, I need to send love and loving thoughts to those people that I feel have irritated me. So it's about catching my brain at the moment and then changing it to a more positive vibe.
Neuroplasticity, one of the most important things. I love that. And what statement do you use to hype your girlfriend? So if your girlfriends are going through some problems, how do you hype them up?
If I hear my friends speak negatively about themselves, I always say, don't talk about my friend like that. Um, and in terms of a hype phrase, I think it's, do you know the impact that you have on the people around you and how much we all love you?
I love that. And I bet that's changed the reframe for yourself as well.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because we speak so badly to ourselves and about ourselves. So I think that's important to recognize how we speak to our friends, how we should be speaking to ourselves. Lastly, where do you get your motivation from if you're having a bad day, for example?
Oh, that's really tricky. The thing that helps me the most when I'm having a bad day is calling a loved one. Because, we talked about hyping our friends up. Sometimes I need somebody to hype me up. And sometimes if I'm having a bad day and I have a client consult and they tell me about some incredible progress they've made, that is enough to get me completely out of my funk and just realize, yeah, what we're doing is important here.
I think that's really important. The impact that you have, the impact that we can have in our lives. And you're leading the way. Something that terrible happened to you is now life changing for the better for all of us. So, Marilyn, thank you so much for your time and the insightful information. Where can our listeners find you, learn more about your work, and perhaps have consultation for you and find out about your retreats?
So I'm most active on Instagram and my handle is at harmoniously. You can also find lots of information on my website, which is www.harmoniously.com. And that's where you can book in a call with me as well. But if you find me on Instagram and you send me a message, I can point you in the right direction as well. I run consultations over Zoom. I also, most of the lab testing companies have functionality to send abroad as well. So that's really fantastic, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really convenient. I think it's really important if you are in a space where you can get your lab tests, it's like a vital sign. So you're not guessing. Test, don't guess. So thank you so much, Marilyn. It was a pleasure, inspirational. I think these tools can really help. So keep up with what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.